The opening of 8 voting stations and a number of people were arrested. The IEC in the province says the police will again be deployed and act against people breaking the law. The registration point at Wells Estate in Nelson Mandela Bay was affected by protesting residents during the previous registration weekend. For the latest in the metro, we now cross to our reporter Lerato Thipa. Lerato, good morning. Please set the scene for us. What can we expect today? Do we expect things to run smoothly?
Well, a very good morning. Broadcasting live from Wells Estate, actually from Wells Primary, and that is a school that you see behind me where registration was held here before. This morning really has been quiet, a different scene to what we saw last time. But this area here to my right is actually where, if I just move across here, this is the area where protest demonstrations were held. People really protesting against poor service delivery and poor housing. But this morning really has been quiet. Yesterday we spoke to the IEC and they reassured us that there will be a high police contingency to make sure that registration goes ahead without disruptions. But really no sign, quite worrying actually, no sign of signboards of the IEC. But we have been told that this time there will be no disruptions, as obviously these are the last 2 legs of registration ahead of the municipal elections this year in August.
And what has come out of that protest action? We understand that it was a service delivery protest, but what has been the IEC or the municipality's response to that protest action?
The IEC after that just speak to the members of the public, really trying to understand exactly what the protest was about. And even speaking to members of the community this morning, you could really hear that people have lost trust in the ruling party. And I think that's where the crux is. People really saying that, you know what, if they even come and register, it's not going to make a difference, because after the elections, basic services such as water, electricity and housing will not be improved. So the IEC has tried to talk to people to really assure them that to vote is to try and make things better for their lives as well. And the municipality, we heard that this morning, Danny Jordan and members of the NEC, such as Zizi Godwa, are going to be doing a walkabout to really reassure people that if they go and vote, basic deliveries and basic services such as water, electricity are going to be provided. So really, there's been a common debate or a common conversation between community members and the municipality, them going out door to door, reassuring people that, you know what, if you protest, nothing is going to change. But if you go and register and vote, we promise you that we're going to deliver the basics that you're asking for.
Lerato, paint a picture for us of Wales Estate. How many people are we talking about? The community, what is the source of the economy in there?
Wells Estate is really one of the I would really say the poor areas of Port Elizabeth. I remember that throughout last year, it became like a norm to see protest demonstrations being held here. The majority of people here are really unemployed, particularly the youth, and that is really one of the problems in the area. Many young people turning to alcohol, turning to drugs, turning to crime because of the low unemployment rate in this area. You look at an area with over about 5,000 people, poor housing, people saying that even years after they've been waiting on the list to get houses, and they don't have houses even now. So you look at an area really with a high number of people, but like the basics such as water, electricity and good housing is still an issue here. But above all, if you walk around here and talk to people, they say that unemployment is the crux of the problem in this area.
And, you know, what else are some of the biggest challenges facing that community apart from unemployment from where you are standing?
From where I'm standing, I mean, if you walk around in the area, we were just driving through here, and you see a place that really is really dirty. There are various areas where waste has literally been deposited, and you can see that hasn't been picked up over days. And also the state of certain houses, you can see really being dilapidated, and over the years has not been fixed either. So I really would say that the area is really not well kept, that the municipality perhaps has failed the people in this area, because throughout the area you really come in and you pick up a lot of dirt around the area. You find people walking around really feeling lifeless. And we spoke to some people here this morning. They were saying there is no point in going to vote. They went to vote in the previous elections and nothing has changed. The streets are dirty. They don't have water in their houses. Their houses are cracked, dilapidated. They protest because they are crying out for help, and nothing seems to be changing.
All right. Lerato Thipa, thank you so much for talking to us. We'll cross to you a little later on the program. Lerato Thipa, Wells Estate in Port Elizabeth, one of the troubled areas during last month's voter registration weekends. People didn't come out and register to vote. All right. Let's take a night break.